done.
And you can also make it go sideways.
Logan's in control.
It does have a heavy step, so you'll probably yeah, we in general keep a 6-foot distance between, just for safety between.
Spot.
Yeah,
Because spot hurt.
it has stepped on my toe and it does hurt.
You can don't go Rogan and spot and crush your toes.
Yes.
There you go, Logan. You have a mission.
I don't know if it likes being still.
It reminds me of the cats.
I think someone should make like a stealth marker spot.
Spot.
So now, if you go ahead and click stand, and now click sit on the side. Sit. Now, whoop, stop that. And turn off. Okay, so now what we'll do, it's on the spot server, okay? So we're gonna come over here, switch space. And we're gonna pull over the code, and we should see several. Yep, everything loaded up. So now we'll come over here, go to our documents and our GitHub. And the cool thing about this is you'll get to see everything that was created in order to make Spot. So it's now loaded up. And so when I come online, I'm gonna do localhost. And now this is Spot's control panel that was created by a high school student. So what I'm gonna have you do is click on connect to robot. Whoops, that's okay, try again. Okay.
Disconnected.
And now press start all. Okay, so you hear it powering on. Now it's actually controlled by this panel. So this is no longer
Oh no.
on it. And you can, to move it, you can press WASD-QRF. So if you do W, it's standing up. If you do W again, it's going to stand up a little higher.
What does Q do? Turns E. Other way. R probably gets it to stand up. F probably gets it to crouch down.
So now, once it's down again, now I'm going to pull up one more key. One more page. So I'm going to go local, host, and now what's going to happen is it's going to connect. So I'm going to put load in. It's going to connect now to Spot. So what we have here is something called the Spot control. So most Scratch doesn't have the Spot control. If you now press stand, this is just block code. Now Spot's going to stand up.
Oh, wait,
Okay.
hold on.
Yep.
You should move
Right.
left. Maybe try doing this.
Isn't that something? And again, this is all it took a year to make, but now it's all through the scratch coding. Anything that, normally you do when the green flag is pressed. So if you wanted to do that, all you would do is you just drag and drop this over to when the green flag is pressed. Now if you press the green flag, then it will do that movement. So this is kind of like a combo of movements if you wanted to see it hop, but we'd need to, just for safety, we could go to a different part of the room because it's going to be coming this way. So if we come on over here, now, if you notice, the code says stand, wait 1 second, set walk style to
Hop.
hop. So when you go ahead and press stand right there, go ahead. And now it's going to pause. And then it's probably going to sit. So that's how you use Scratch to make any sort of game. But what we've done is you can use it now to, so if you wanted to do a combination here, when the green flag is clicked, the first thing you'd want to do is drag and drop the stand. Sorry. Good. And you would want to have it come right up and attached to the, so pull these two up there. There you go. And you're going to want to have a pause in between things just to make sure spot stays stable. Okay?
Yeah, control, I think. Wait,
You got it. You got it.
1 second, I guess.
Sure. And then which direction do you want it to move?
Backward. Wait 1 second. Move. Why would be that way and that would be that way?
Now, just 1 second. I'm just going to move these over so you have more space in your
I'm
code.
even trying to do it so like they like find a way to, I don't know.
Let me just get it away from the light. Okay, now it's in a spot where you can.
Okay, can I do that? Like, maybe move left.
Sure.
And then sit.
Okay. So, and then you just want to put a little pause in between when it's moving left and sitting.
Whoops. I accidentally made it.
That's okay.
Let's see. I'm gonna make it wait like 5 seconds.
Okay.
But spotting me a while.
He's really bouncing now.
There you go. And go ahead and press the green flag. So that's kind of what can happen with Scratch, and then if you come back over
I wonder
here,
if I could do a if then sort of command.
you sure could. But what I'm going to do is move it out of hot mode so that our neighbors
hot
down.
Don't come up here and have a
Yeah.
Start hitting at the ceiling with
hopping again.
So
Crawl
Darn spot again.
let's have it. Well,
Keeps
let's
rumbling and tumbling
go ahead and do an
upstairs.
if then, and then we'll switch back over to the other controller.
If then.
What does the 20 humans and 111 computers mean?
Oh. Hmm. And I don't, and then I think I can put something
Power of gravity.
I can put something in here. I just forget
Sure,
what.
sure.
I don't know if I can make it say hello. I'm gonna try that.
Yeah, it won't say hello because it doesn't have any speakers hooked up to it.
Sounds like
No
maybe.
speakers connected to it.
No
No
speakers.
ominous chat GPT voices.
No.
Trying to unlock the secrets of the
Oh, it's
multiverse.
sensing.
No evil chat GPT plans of trying to unlock the codes of the multiverse with some rectangles.
And we can't do colors because it might try to get all the way to something, to find something that color, and that would override the
Remove
obstacle avoidance.
spot
There we
flashes
go.
through everything in the room looking for something the color yellow. Oh, there's a
All right,
yellow
if B is
vest.
pressed, then
Oh wait, hold on. I need to break this command off. There we go. Whoops.
that's okay, that's okay.
He's still in the bouncy mode.
So before you do that,
Oh yeah, I should
we've got to
probably make
move
it
it forward so it's not going to go near the.
before.
Okay, now you can go ahead and give this a try and press B.
Bow.
We can't do bow with scratch, but I can show you bow after. But go ahead and press B and see if you can get it to.
Stand. Move forward to then move right. Oh wait, hold on. I think I'm gonna put like a.
Oh, he's dancing again.
I'm gonna do like a 5. I'm gonna make it 3.
Okay.
I'm gonna put I'll wait 1 second here.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna make it move left.
Do a
Wait,
second in between the left and the right, so move that.
this up.
Yep.
And then I think I might
Yeah. Excellent. Go ahead and press B.
I gave it everything.
Now you just press B.
Ow.
See if it works. So, with these keys, I think Spot's only able to react when you have something from the events. So,
Makes sense. So
try it now. Try the flag now. So what you can do is pull all these down, and then if you still want that combo, just pull them all up
yeah.
here, and now give it a go. There it goes. And now wait 1 second. Forward, backward. Excellent. So now, come on over here, and I'm going to show you how you hijack control with the other controller.
I said hijack for a second.
I did. So,
we're gonna put Spot down in sit mode. Press hijack. Now, it's gonna ask you, are you sure? Press yes. Okay, now, the motors from this are now off. Now you're gonna turn the motors back on there and press on. There we go. And now it's back to its base code, where you just use these, and it will go right back to its original operation. And now let's see if we get to There you go. There you are.
I know that.
So it's a pretty cool tool for, you know, the different things that it's able to do, and it's used in hospitals. Payloads can actually be put on top that enables Spot to go in and take vital signs, so heart rate, blood pressure.
How much can Spot carry?
Can carry up to 30 pounds, and it weighs 70. And it can also pull up to 30 pounds, so either on top or pulling behind it. I don't know if you've seen the video where they've got
Yeah.
dozens of spots lined up and it pulls an 18-wheeler. It's very interesting.
The army of Spots.
Yes, the
Kind of
army
like
spots. So
Santa's sleigh and a reindeer.
yes, indeed. And
The
then
robotics.
it can have some really high-tech cameras that are put on top for surveillance.
Robots.
Our students created the, like a gas sensor that, so if there was a gas leak, instead of putting the person in harm's way to go in a building and find out where the gas leak is, Spot can go on with a sensor, and when it detects the leak, it sends a signal to the controller, which, you know, helps with, of course, safety, not putting human in harm's way. And then the you know, the low mode, it really can get into small spaces, and then the controller, where it says robot cameras, you know, you can look into different, you know, different views. And do you see that board over there? So that's, yeah, that's the calibration board. So, after I take Spot to a school, I'm gonna have you walk Spot over to in front of those boxes, and I'll show you what the calibration does.
And not hit the whiteboard. Or whatever it is. Oh gosh, it's fast now.
Speedy. Speedy Spot. How are you doing, Spot? What do you do with Spot? Why is he acting all shaky? Wow.
Perfect. So now, come on over closer, and I'll show you what the calibration does. So basically, all of the cameras and sensors have to go through calibration, and it always has to start facing the opposite way, and it has to be about 1.5 meters from the board. You know how far a meter is?
No, not exactly.
Around a bit over 3 feet.
Yes, so it's a little bit bigger than a yard, which
Okay.
is feet. So now, if we put it in sit mode, we're gonna come over to the control panel, and we're gonna go to utilities, and go ahead and click spot check. Now, do joint calibration and camera check, and now do start. What it's going to do is let us know if there's any faults in any of the joints or in any of the cameras or sensors. And Spot will do it all on its own, all using the board, the calibration board. So no one's controlling it, but Spot's going to go through various movements to make sure that everything is calibrated correctly.
I saw that like the parts of that look similar to what's over there
Say that again?
on the pole. So like the spot calibration, the
Yeah.
stuff on that looks like what's on that pole over
Yes, so that's what our high school spot team does. They create auto locks, and they put those in the different rooms, and then Spot reads the code and works to the code that they created, the next spot that they created.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's encoded the directions to get to the next.
It is, it's coding the directions for the next location. And this is how, when we got it back, when the hip did break, it was just a tiny piece too, but we tried to calibrate and it told us right away, what the piece was.
Oh.
So,
Through the calibration, it identified the exact part.
the location of the fault.
Oh, the location.
Yes.
So a tiny piece breaks off and then the hip is just.
And this is the only time we get to see Spot raise one arm at a time.
Mm.
Because you can't do it with code.
Correct.
Because it's just that very specific board that you code it to raise or to measure.
Isn't that neat? So it's checking every
I
joint.
have a question.
Yeah.
What would happen if it were to go on two legs after the
It's just more likely to fall and break again. And because we don't have the funding for like a repair. If Boston Dynamics gave it, is like, do whatever you want to at schools, which I wish they would because I go to so many. If they were just gonna repair it automatically, I'd always have Spot up on two. So now, we come here, and it says health stats, load cell, joint offset and camera check, no issues. Calibration values updated, no issues, and it is good to go. Isn't that cool? So then we exit the spot check, turn the motors back on, and then I do this between when I bring it to a school, just because the frequent counting, yes, exactly. So we want to make sure that Spot is, walking around as it should.
But you can't predict that it's gonna happen during the show.
Right. You just never know. Especially now that it's getting older. Did you want to take it on one more walk and then I'll show you about the.
Sure.
There you go. What I'll do is I'll put this back. Who knows how much this board costs, but we know anything that happened to it.
Robotics is not cheap.
Nope.
Especially not when it's a state-of-the-art robot.
Yeah, and we now have a small robot called Biddle, which is really cool. It's like this big, and it can do backflips.
So
And
it's like
you can get it on Amazon for $300, and you can build it yourself.
Ah.
And it digs like a dog, it scratches, it sniffs, it can do handstands, backflips, and kids can build it. So it's much more economical than a spot bot.
What is it called?
Biddle.
Biddle.
Yeah, I have the box. And it's really something.
Stock.
well, how do you spell Biddle?
Bittle. So this is Biddle. You can also do voice command with Biddle, so you can actually tell it to stand up, sit down.
Oh, okay.
Oh, here he is.
Yeah.
It's Bill. I was just gonna grab a
It's
picture of that.
fantastic, and for $300 you can build it yourself, and
Mini spot.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
Mini less extremely expensive spot.
Yes, yes.
That is cool.
Is it okay if your brother takes you turn driving? There you go.
So then,
Pretty neat, huh?
yeah.
Now, do you all have any other questions about Spawn?
So in some of the other applications you mentioned,
Yes.
like using it for rescue or for like in the hospitals,
Yeah.
is it all like hard programmed what to do, or does it have like any autonomy? Do you know? Do they use this for like autonomous
Yeah, I mean,
behaviors?
you can program auto walks in Python.
Yeah.
So then it can you know, depending on what is programmed into it. Like, for example, if you think about like construction companies, they just program it on auto walks, and it's just doing its thing, going around the building,
Yeah.
making sure it's secure.
Also like a security guard type
Mhm.
of thing.
Yep.
And can
Um,
notify police if
Yeah, but as far as like movements, like use of the arm, the people in the Navy go down to Virginia just to get trained on use of Spot with the arm. And that all, again, it has to be something that's programmed in. So you've got this, which is the base controller, but then you can program it with other controllers as well. This is the original controller. That broke. And it was fun because it was like a game.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
it's like a
It's like
Switch
video
or something.
games.
Right?
Yeah.
Isn't that
It's
great?
literally
It does.
Xbox.
It looks like a
Xbox,
Switch.
but for robots.
So what happened
Yes.
to it?
It stopped being able to charge. And then they were, you know, the next version of Spot
So it just can't.
was using these, so we couldn't get, we wanted, you know, one of the originals, but
So it's like an Xbox, but robot.
You know,
Physical Xbox.
So
you probably could do that. Like with the key mapping, you could probably map something to like, you know, just like a regular joystick. Like
it's all right. Sometimes it just will, if you
Right.
press that button, it will.
It's an Android.
It is an Android. Isn't that something?
It's an Android phone.
There you go.
So it does work.
It's the Galaxy
Well-
No,
controller.
it just has like a percentage left.
It's the Android
Once the-
Galaxy S.
once that
Spot.
battery's gone, it's
It's the Android Galaxy Spot 24.
yeah.
Yes, yes. Well, I'm so glad you were able to come.
Yeah,
and
Yeah, thank you.
visit with Spot.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
Code it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I do have a
Of course.
Could somebody like connect like an AI to Spot, and then would the AI be able to actually use Spot to move around?
Yes.
Oh, to control it by AI?
So basically, when it's connected to ChatGPT and the sensors, we don't control it. We
So
start
remember in
it.
the video, it was like
Yeah,
walking
it
around
moved
to
it
the
different.
different.
Let's look at this set of rectangles.
I mean, what if it like was like I'm gonna go downstairs and have myself a coffee? And
Yeah.
Who knows?
Like, how
decides
can
what
anyone even have
Spot
a
decides it's
Android?
groggy, ChatGPT Spot decides it's groggy, and decides it's groggy. So
And you said it weighs about 70 pounds.
Yes.
One coffee.
And I'll show you our other classroom too, just so you. see
This
it, in
place
case
is
you ever
so
wanna-
cool.
Thanks. In case you ever want to come for like a sewing session. Ken started Conan Circuit 10 years ago, this is the room he rented, and his wife is an interior designer, so she designed the space. And then when he brought me on 3 years ago, I leased that, so we had 2 spaces and could, start to grow the program. But in here we do a lot. We have the Lego line stores, more laptops. We do a lot of our circuitry in here. And then we've got some old pieces over here, part of our more museum pieces.
Another iMac.
Yes.
3D printer.
And this one actually still works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you tried it?
Time to hop onto the internet.
Yes.
Maybe it has a modem. You can hear the scratch. You guys will never know other than on YouTube.
Right.
Does it have any websites on it?
Well, it has
I've already
internet.
looked.
It has internet, probably.
Probably.
So,
What about those like things that used to make like that?
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
A modem,
This
yeah.
is really cool.
It's cool to see inside it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh boy,
I
I
do
just
have
see what's
one
happening
question
in
that's
there.
non-robotic
Yeah.
related. If we were gonna have lunch somewhere around here, what do you recommend?
What type of food do you like?
Something that has a kids menu. What other than that, we were honestly, we're open.
Like